How's it going, guys? In today's video, I want to focus on the perfect cold email structure for software houses or agencies. And of course, think about this as a framework. This is not something you can replicate across all the campaigns, but it's generally something I recommend. And we work like that at InSales Academy with all our clients. Of course, we adjust it depending on the strategy, but let's talk about what is the ideal structure of outreach and email. So most agencies basically overcomplicate the cold email. In reality, it's a quite simple framework, and really think about it as a framework. Don't think about it in templates. Template thinking is low value. That's for junior people. You want to think in systems and frameworks. So first of all, what is the most important besides the subject line, which I'm going to cover in a separate video? What's the most important part of an email? It's usually the opening line. And so you want to have, I see many agencies craft really crazy, super personalized opening lines, which now with AI is very easy to do. And we use it as well. And that's one way to break the ice. So super hyper personalized opening line. Another way is simply just having some sort of quick opener and some relevant value proposition about yourself. So you can mention that, hey, I see you're also from Slovakia and I'm from Slovakia. Or I see you studied here at the university and I also studied at the university. Or I see you're in the energy and I'm like having some sort of commonality can break the ice. So you want to think about opening line, how to break the ice, how to make them read further. So you can do that through personalization. You can do that through, for example, you see that they're attending the same event. You can say, hey, I saw you'll be at South by Southwest in Sydney. And that's why I'm reaching out, because I'm also going there. Makes sense, right? Because I'm gonna be there if you scrape the data correctly. So that would make sense. So always think about it, how you can make it simple but really compelling to make them continue reading the email. Then you get to the body. So here you need to really craft a very compelling reason in a very dense space why you're reaching out. So you want to tell a story. So for example, we have a client, actually I'll tell you a live case. A client has sold his energy company. Now he's opened a software house and he's going to the energy event in Australia. And so we're going to pitch like, hey, I co-founded this energy company and I sold it to a PE firm last year. Now I'm working in the software house and we're using AI to help other energy providers automate their processes. Cool value prop, relevant person, right? All that stuff. It can be anything like that. It can be a specific case study pitch with some numbers. So starting with some sort of benefits, never listing your services, never focusing on yourself that much and your tech stacks and people and all that and certifications. Name dropping it. Possibly if you work for healthcare, you need to name drop your HIPAA compliant, your GDPR compliant, your ISO compliant, right? But it's not the main driver. So you can name drop it, but don't focus on these things too much. Focus on what pain do you solve for the customer? What pain can you solve? Can you solve patient engagement? Can you solve, for example, reimbursement deals in insurance companies for healthcare providers? Can you solve scalable architecture for fleet managers? Whatever it is, you want to pitch that. And you want to focus on that. So you pitch that from your use case, from your case study, from your experience, from your job, from whatever you can. You have some metrics, right? So you have some results that you can kind of mention. And then, of course, a simple call to action. Hey, want to grab a coffee at the event? Hey, want to grab a coffee in the city? Hey, I'd love to learn more about your company. Let me know if you find this useful. It can be simple as that. It can be a bit more pushy. But I wouldn't aim for a quick call. Quick call makes no sense in the first cold email. Usually this is a sign of a automated outreach. So it would just, it's better to, or like a demo, or like skipping all that talk and just asking if this makes sense. So they respond, and then when they respond, you can then push for a call. Of course, you can push harder if there's a reason, if there's time sensitive like event. Then of course you can suggest, hey, I'll be in this event venue here in this area. I would love to grab a lunch with you if you're available. That would make sense. So again, email should be very, very small. It should fit on a phone screen. So simple opener, a value prop in the body of the email, and a call to action. And if you think about it this way, you will always be able to create really compelling emails, because you know it's not about the template. It's about these 3-4 steps that you just have to kind of focus on. And of course, I can share some of the templates we have with our clients in the future if you want. So let me know if this would be something useful. And I make a video about some examples of templates that actually performed and brought projects or brought very cool leads to our customers around the world who are developing custom software solutions. So let me know a comment and I'll probably make another video about that. Or I'll send you a link to the templates. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, let me know. Cold email still works in 2025, 2026. It's just much more difficult. You have to know more things, but it is one of the most underused channels for any service-based business because most companies don't know how to use it. So learn it. All right. See you later.